Oh, to be a fly on the wall, people say, craving invisibility and access to the secrets lounging in the air of powerful rooms. But what if, rather than being flies, we were main characters or villainous usurpers? What stirrings? What eruptions of narrative might occur if we were not just the audience, but active participants in the saga spun by our favorite storytellers? In this pane-glass dream, we're blotting through ink portals into realms stitched from sheer imagination. As preposterous as it sounds, consider the effect on travel agencies. 2 tickets to Middle-earth, first class, please? Forget beach resorts and forget Paris in spring. We're talking about tourism that spans entire universes. Backpacking through Pan Am? A honeymoon in the 100-acre wood? It's the surreal vacation package every wayward soul with a library card yearns for. Challenges? Oh, the delightful mess. For one, spoilers would acquire a whole new dimension, ruining the outcome of epic battles by merely existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Privacy laws? Intellectual property? But those are discussions for another day, another reality. Imagine feasting at the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, and here, dear friends, quick reflexes might matter as much as good manners. Or think about tiptoeing across the cobbled streets of Dickensian London, where the grime is real, and so are Fagin's pickpocketing skills. The thrills, the chills, literature would leap from the page, leaving paper cuts in its existential wake. Now plot twist your life could take. You missed your train because you bumped into a love-struck Romeo desperate for advice, or because Sherlock Holmes roped you into a hasty adventure against Moriarty. Life audits, romance troubles, existential quests. Expect them all to be intermittently interrupted or exacerbated by the sudden whims of narrative logic. In this wonder world, who controls the story? Do we follow the author's ink, or do we scrawl sideways, scripting serendipities that make even the narrator's head spin? The implications on education alone are staggering. English classes could include live interviews with Hamlet or field trips to Mordor, provided, of course, one does simply walk into it. Here's to never being merely someone in the crowd during La La Land's dance sequences, but stepping into the light, contributing a jig or a twist. Imagine visiting the Corleone family, advising Vito, evading oranges, or walking into the cantina in Star Wars and ordering something utterly bizarre to test whether the bartender really has seen it all. Among the silver screen's temptations, though, lurks potential peril. Would King Kong briefly regard you as a cute but ultimately squeezable stress ball? Does joining a Marvel movie mean you must glance at every interdimensional portal with suspicion? Yet for every haunting by Freddy Krueger, there'd be sunbathing on Tatooine or racing light cycles in Tron, activities sure to enhance any millennial's Instagram feed. Critics might lament the loss of pure spectatorship. After all, what happens to pathos if you could warn Romeo of the poison? Yet, how electrifying to not just behold but alter and inhabit filmic moments, to truly feel every cinematic shiver. Now pluck your joystick hearts. Video games where immersion is soup of the day every day, but imagine a realm where you could dodge a Tetris block with a brisk jog or parley face-to-face with a pixelated princess in need of rescue. We're talking full-scale invasions into console kingdoms, a crossover episode where life meets its game face. From the treasure-loaded caverns of The Legend of Zelda to the strategic battlefields of Civilization, gamers could quite literally live their strategy, muscle their way through adventures, or jump at the chance to outpace a blue shell in Mario Kart. Fueling such escapades? Yesterday's gamers turned today's adventurers, navigating quests with both game lore and real-life savvy. Of course, suppose we consider the metaphysical boomerang, characters bouncing back into our reality. Picture that mischievous new roommate, Pikachu, zapping your morning coffee into an electric brew, or Commander Shepard from Mass Effect commandeering your local gym for a new resistance training program. As the line blurs between gamer and game, between reader, watcher, and the watched, life would grow rich with the strange, capricious intensity only a union of worlds could sustain. It's a thought that tickles the funny bone. A world vibrating with the constant humming potential of what if. Indeed, sign me up for the next literal leap into the heart of narrative lunacy.